a humiliating retreat. I decided to wear this spectacle for a purpose. Beginning of this war, I said that Iran will win this war at the end of the day. Simple, yes. Iran is a non-nuclear power fighting against two nuclear powers and number one military in the world, America. But Iran will win, I say from beginning, strategically and historically. And today it has come to pass. Yesterday we were all hearing, hey, 6 years civilization will be wiped off the surface of the earth if they do not open Strait of Hormuz. You see, talk is cheap, action is heavier. Now, in the whole issue, Iran 10 points agenda is under consideration now. Trump, at the end of the day, has been pushed to the corner. He has no other option than to accept ceasefire deal purported by Pakistan, which gives 2 weeks ceasefire. The Strait of Hormuz will be opened, still with the coordination of Iran.
Donald Trump retreated. Iran called his bluff and he was forced to accept a 2-week ceasefire deal. Iran confirms that the U.S. was forced to accept a 10-point plan leading to a 2-week ceasefire with the Israeli occupation state included. Because Iran is the only one out here actually practicing diplomacy. The last-minute negotiations were mediated by Pakistan and are seen as a major victory for Iran. The Iranian Supreme National Security Council said the U.S. suffered an undeniable, historic, and crushing defeat. Additionally, their statement reported that Donald Trump accepted the enrichment of uranium, lifting of all primary and secondary sanctions, paying compensation to Iran, withdrawal of U.S. combat forces from the region, and cessation of war on all fronts, including Lebanon. Now, Donald Trump issued his own statement just before the 8 p.m. deadline via his Truth Social, saying, "The pause in Iran is tied to agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz." He also claims the U.S. already met and exceeded all military objectives, but
We will take the time to negotiate the 10 points agenda, which has to do with Iran control Strait of Hormuz. At the end of the day, $2 billion to be paid by ships and to be caught, at least share with Oman. I'm coming to that point later in this video.
Breaking news coming out of Iran and Oman. So this is the 10 points in Iran's proposal, which would lead to the end of the war. But I want
And total ceasefire from both Israel and America with Iran's affiliates in the Middle East. You see, it takes power to hold power, not sure. Now, when you look at the whole issue, Bahrain was making mouths. All those G countries were making mouths. Even Bahrain even called the UN Security Council to force Iran to open it, or coalition will go open it and bomb Iran. In which China and Russia vetoed it, stop it. You see, bombing Iran energy sector or energy plants or bombing their train station means nothing to what Iran will do in return. Iran will cripple the whole Middle East. Electricity, the whole world knows it. America knows it. Iran have the capacity to do it. And nothing will happen. As of this night, Tel Aviv was on fire. Iran Panasonic missile hit Tel Aviv. It takes power to no power. I say it in the middle of this war. Iran will turn out to be the regional power to be respected after the war. And it's happening now. Now, the biggest gainer in this thing is Iran and Oman, not Saudi Arabia, not Qatar, not UAE. UAE is the biggest loser, and Bahrain. Let it be a lesson to people watching this video. Do not chicken out when that power is oppressing you, because you're only giving that power the key to keep it down. Bear the pains of that sufferness, and you come out triumphantly, better and stronger, just like Iran did. Iran, the new regional power in town. I remove my spectacle to say congratulations for a job well done, a fight well fought. It's not the end. After 2 weeks, you will now have the complete ceasefire because even America are tired of the war. Yes, they want the soldiers to go back because many have died. They can't tell you everything. They have lost things they never think they can lose. You know how many planes, C-130, military transport aircraft, they have lost? How many? More than 8. They have lost. You know how many F-35, F-15, F-18 of Israel? Drones, helicopters, they have lost. Not everything, you are told. Iran, congratulations for a victory well deserved. Congratulations to Iran for having their way. Iran made it clear they will never negotiate with Witkoff or the son-in-law of Trump. They don't talk. They negotiated with them for the first time. They were bombed. They were bombed. Iran made it clear they will only negotiate with Vice President of America, J.D. Vance, and that is what is happening. The information is that J.D. Vance will be there to represent America. Iran signals they prefer negotiations with J.D. Vance than Witkoff or Kushner. Simple. And they will deliberate on 10 plans Iran brought forth. That's why I say strategic and historical victory. Iran 10 plans guarantee that Iran will not be attacked again, number 1. 2, permanent end to the war, not just a ceasefire. 3, end to Israeli strikes in Lebanon. 4, lifting of all U.S. sanctions on Iran. 5, end to all regional fighting against Iranian allies. 6, Iran would reopen the Strait of Hormuz. 7, Iran would impose a $2 million fee per ship transiting Hormuz. 8, Iran would split these fees with Oman. 9, Iran would establish rules for safe passage through Hormuz. 10, Iran would use Hormuz fee for reconstruction instead of reparations. Simple. Congratulations to Iran. Congratulations to US also. And to Israel. Now, but the shock is that Israel insists that this ceasefire does not include Lebanon. Whereby, according to the information we're getting, Iran is asking for that. Also, Lebanon must, the war against Hezbollah must stop also. Israel carried out 100 raids in 10 minutes in southern Lebanon and Tyre after agreeing to Iran ceasefire. Wow. Let's see how these few days go. If something will be done about it and Israel will stop. Because according to the news we saw, Israel is saying on Al Jazeera that Lebanon is not included in the particular ceasefire. They agree to Iran permanently. They are not doing anything. As long as US is not doing anything, they are not going to do anything. But Lebanon is only between Hezbollah and Israel. Let's see how this goes. Wow. Poplio, he said that the statement by President Trump to annihilate, to finish all Iranians is unacceptable. Poplio says Trump's threat to destroy Iranian civilization is truly unacceptable. It's quite unacceptable in this particular civilized world. For crying out loud. 6,000 years civilization. You talk that on like that? Now, wow. Anyway, Qatar made it clear that we need to build on this particular ceasefire to avoid expansion of this war. Qatar welcomes U.S.-Iran ceasefire as first step towards regional de-escalation. Wow. And believe me, everybody is interested in building on this particular ceasefire to stop this aggression. Iran have suffered enough and they have done enough to bear the pains and they have fought like, a wounded lion should fight. And they have gained respect among community of nations. But having said that, do you understand that even Iranian Jews, their synagogue was destroyed by Israeli missiles when they bombed Iran? Look at it. Israel is a Jewish nation practicing Judaism. In Iran, you have also a multiple amount of Jews that are Iranian Jews. They don't want to be in Israel. They have nothing to do with Israel. They are Iranians. They don't want to be another country but Iranian. And they are Jews. And they're even in Iranian parliament. They have MP. Iranian Jew wants Israel. Iranian Jewish MP wants a strong response to Israel. The parliament of Iran's Jewish MP, Homaya Saman, said he supports Iran's right to legitimate self-defense against Israel. So when people are seeing this Iran as a Muslim nation that only trouble they're looking for, who told you that? You see, war is taught only by religion. They fight it. There are more to do with war than just religion. It has to do with resources, with power, with control. So, Jewish nation being Israel, bombing the same Jewish Iranian in their own country. Is it because they refuse to be part of Israeli Jews or what? No. When you are clapping, let us destroy these people because they are Christian. Let us destroy people because they are Muslim. Think. There are more to war than what you think. Because you may end up killing your own brother unknowingly or knowingly also. So how will it be when these Jews call Netanyahu? So you decided to bomb our own synagogue and you close your brother. What will you tell them? That should be the question you ask yourself when you're siding people. Simple. War is not good. Everybody suffers. That's just the point.